Hey everybody, how you doing? This is James from Wix1.com, Wix1.com. This is a soft unboxing for the Samsung Galaxy Nexus. So this is a pure Google phone. The Samsung Galaxy Nexus is one of their new editions, and it also runs on Android 4, aka Ice Cream Sandwich. Pretty exciting little name. Well, it's got enough attention out there. So, Galaxy Nexus, let's get to it, eh? Here's the box. Usual stuff. Alright, let's see. You got a nice handy dandy logo underneath there. Tells you where to find out more information. Google.com/Nexus. Here is the device itself. We'll just put that over here for a minute. What do you get in the box? You get some user information, how-tos. Galaxy Nexus GT-19250M. Quick start guide. Pretty cool. In the box, we have charging block. Where have we seen this before? BlackBerry, iPhone, they all look the same, don't they? Pretty much standard USB stuff. Okay. We got this USB cord. It's actually not very big. It's a short one, and it runs on the micro component here. So, fancy. Also, you get some headphones. Well, they're earbuds. But the cool thing is they are gold. Gold-plated, man. Gold-plated. And they got the 3 rings on them, so that gives you better sound, and it also accounts for the microphone. So that's really good. And that's all she wrote. Pretty exciting, I know. Let's get to the phone, why don't we, yeah? So, here we have it. Samsung Galaxy Nexus. This is a HD AMOLED Plus screen. It's about 1.2 gigahertz on the processor side. It's also 1 gig of RAM, and it's also dual core. Let's take a look here. That's the back. It's a big screen there, pretty clear. That's the volume rocker right there. That's the power. So let's power this up, why don't we? Okay, starts up. So that's Google first out, and it should slowly go into the sort of colored display. There you go. It's really a vibrant, very clean, nice display. I know that other phones, such as the iPhone and so on, have really nice displays, but I can tell you one thing: you won't miss a thing with this one. It's very nice display. It's 720p, and it's really cool. Let's see here. I wonder if I can get you to see this. I've got this rotating background. It's a live wallpaper. It's really cool. So, the desktop looks something like that. Alright. And then you can switch to like a widget style. Right? Which is cool. I like those big widgets. They do a lot of cool things. Down here in the dock, you've got a few other things. Let's see if we can. Okay. The circle thing there is where you go to all programs, and then the other ones are just your usual stuff, usual suspects. Browser and phone and email and contacts. So basically, if you hit the one there, it takes you to all your programs, and you can just kind of scroll through whatever it is that you're after. One thing about this phone, it's very light. It's very light for the size that it is. Like, it's a huge phone, but you really don't notice it when it's in your hand all that much. Yeah, it is oversized compared to, say, an iPhone or a BlackBerry or something else, but it's nice. And it's well, the build quality is plastic, but which I kind of doesn't really bother me, because at least it's not going to chip or anything like that too often. And even if it bumps something, it's plastic. It's not going to rock the internals that bad. The back cover is pretty flimsy, and when you put it on, you have to kind of like push it all the way around and get all the clips in. I'm not going to take that out right now. The camera is a 5 megapixel camera. It does 1080p video, which is kind of cool. And I've taken photos with this, and believe me, they're nice. Nice, clean, sharp photos. And what really cool thing about the video part is you can do panorama video pictures, like, so you can kind of like big long shots, right? And it'll stitch them all in the phone. It's really cool, and they come out really nice. So if you want to do some panorama photos, this guy will do it straight out of the box. You don't need a separate app to do it or anything like that. You just use the camera program, and away you go. So it's running ice cream sandwich. This particular one came stock at 4, and then I don't know, later that night 401 showed up, and I've heard that 402 is around the corner, and so is 405. But one thing about that is this is a pure Google phone, so that means it's going to get the updates first before the other Samsung devices or other Android devices. So you're probably going to, you'll benefit by getting a phone like this because of the fact that it is a Google phone, and you will definitely get faster updates. I've tried out a bunch of different things. Some of the applications, like one of my favorite news programs is called Pulse, right? And you can, I'm sure you've seen this on the iPhone. It basically gives you, a bunch of stuff you can kind of scroll through, and all these news articles. You just kind of click on one, and then it gives you the breakdown. Like, you will get just about every iTunes iOS application on Android these days, with a few missing here and there, or whatever. But for the most part, you can get just about everything. If you like the Android OS, then you'll be pretty good to go. The battery life is a little rough. It drains pretty quickly. Probably because of the processor. It's a 1.2 gigahertz dual core processor, so it's all that horsepower is draining the battery. I got this thing called Juice Defender. It's an application, and it's supposed to help manage your battery better. It's been pretty good for me. There's a lot of things that you can get for this device, and I think anybody who's interested in this kind of a device, you can play all the games, like Angry Birds, and here, I'll even bring it up for you. I've got it right here. See, there you go. There's your proof. Right? You can get everything. So everything is available. So if you're ever thinking about getting an Android device, you won't be missing anything, really. So it's all preference at this point, and manufacturer build quality and status and so on and so forth. Whatever you're most comfortable with. But if you like the Galaxy Nexus and you're thinking about getting it versus one of the other ones, I would say definitely check into it. It's a nice phone, and I think you won't be able to find anything that it can't do. The signal quality is average to 3/4. It's not as good as, say, a BlackBerry, but it's good enough, and it's a little bit better than an iPhone. So you're kind of middle of the road, right, as far as signal is concerned. What else we got in here? We got Google Chrome just showed up. We got that new beta version. Like I said, all the applications you can ever want is loaded in here, and you have the ability to have live wallpaper. So you got this animated image running in the background, and then you overlay your icons on top of it. So I'll bring this up really close, see if I can. Right? Pretty cool. And and like I showed you before, the widgets, like say for instance the weather widget that I got there, kind of neat. The settings tab here has a whole bunch of all kinds of options right? There's tons and tons of options. Let me see if I can, yeah. Like, you know, there's tons of stuff you can edit and change and so on and so forth. Security and this and that and the next thing. Like, you know, that's the thing about Android. You have a ton of options of, I guess, customization and ways you want to do this, that, and the next thing, you know. So, and you can turn off your Wi-Fi, you can turn off your Bluetooth, you can manage your data right out of the box. And it gives you a graph and all this information, like right there, right then and there. The mobile data is right there, right? So there's all kind of stuff that is possible. And say here it gives you a breakdown of what's using the most amount of data at the moment, right? Or services. So it's it's an interesting OS. Granted, it's not as polished as say it's an iOS or a BlackBerry OS, but it's got some legs and it's deep, and I'm sure it's going to get better over time. This is a fast phone over the internet. It's like you're gonna really you'll find that going to web pages is very fast. It's like really fast. Here, I'll hit say for instance, I don't know. I'll pick a website here. Let's go to Yahoo. All right, so we're going to Yahoo. Bam. So you see how fast that loaded, right? That's partially because it's dual core and it's got all that RAM, the gig of RAM for a small device. All that RAM and all that stuff is a big deal. So there you have it. There's my review and soft unboxing for the Samsung Galaxy Nexus, running Ice Cream Sandwich 4.0.1 on this particular device. Yeah, check it out. Maybe it's for you. Take care.